As the leader of the Booner Pack, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the f*** up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juice pumping, boys.
Welcome to Crunch Time Sports with Jeff Iafrate and Booner. It's Friday, February 6th. We are back. The last show before the Super Bowl, before we get to find out who's going to be the Super Bowl champion of the season. An NFC team that the Lions were just clearly not better than. And they're just, I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. We'll talk about that later in the show and give out our official score predictions and what happens there. Patriots Seahawks will be at Dog and Pony Show Brewing, by the way, Sunday, 6:30. Come watch the show. Come watch the game. We'll be live, obviously, for our watch party. If you can make it, then you can tune into our stream and hang out with us. It'll be a ton of fun. We got a ton of things planned for it. Beer, food. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So, Dog and Pony Show Brewing. Flyers are posted all across the social media platforms. But we got a great show today. No Caleb. All right, Caleb's at Pistons and Knicks. So I don't know if it's because I lose pick him. He just all of a sudden doesn't have to show up.
Yeah, he just doesn't show up. I bet you he'll be there for a show tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no, he actually will be tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Oh,
Saturday.
really? Oh, sick. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
That'd be sick, dude. I would love to be at the Pistons Knicks game tonight. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I got it on the background. They're up 3 right now.
What are you watching it on, dude? I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where to watch this game.
It's on. Yeah, is it on ESPN?
Dude, I can't find this game anywhere, dude. I love the fact that the Pistons are good again. I have had such a problem on trying, like, they were on Peacock for like 2 games last week, and I don't have Peacock, so I couldn't watch them. It's like, and they're on a different, I don't know what they're on tonight. Dude, it's like, it's you have to have 10 different subscriptions to be able to watch these teams, dude, when your team's good all of a sudden. It's like, it's kind of ridiculous. It's like you have to spend like $1,000 a month just on subscriptions to be able to watch every single one of your teams play.
Yeah,
it's insane, dude. I'm like, I want to watch Pistons Knicks. It's like one of the biggest games of the year, and I just can't. I don't know where to find it. I turned on my account over here. I got WWE. I got Chris Jericho or whoever this blonde dude is staring at my face right now.
Yeah, well, that's the positive and negative of the whole subscription takeover. Is no cable's dead for the most part. But the only problem is I love having subscriptions. I don't even watch TV. I just watch, streaming platforms. The only thing that is negative is what you're saying is
it's the worst, dude.
It being like picked apart for every platform, So
I feel like I'm like an old guy, like complaining at the sky, like, or you yell at the sky or whatever that saying is. And it's just like, it's literally just like, I don't think I am. I think everyone in the world is like, streaming has kind of ruined everything. I saw a tweet that said Netflix is going from whatever you're at now to $50 a month minimum starting in like April.
Huh?
Yeah, because they have like live stuff now, and they have all these podcasts, and they have all this different stuff that they're moving to like $50 per month. How insane is that? So much, bro. And you already have to pay for all these other different ones, and it's like, dude, at some point you're just going to make the whole world go broke. Like, streaming is going to take down the world.
Yeah. Yeah, like Netflix, because what's funny with these streaming platforms is now YouTube is in a battle with a lot of, because before YouTube had all the, digital content, like pretty much like from a creative standpoint. And then Netflix had like the Hollywood, movies, TV shows. Now Netflix is like, hey, bro, we're going to get some of your shows too, and now YouTube's like shit because they have YouTube TV. So, they're
by the way,
at it. Trying out video show.
Let me pull it up real quick. I know we're off topic. This is a good Friday show, kind of fun. I don't know how many people we're going to have in here today. But I'll say this, Jeff. If you go to Netflix, and I've been – hold on, let me type in podcast. Dude, the amount of podcasts that Netflix has signed,
they're
like
adding so
major ones, is insane. Dude, they signed Part of My Take, the Bill Simmons podcast, Spit and Chicklets. The who are the dudes? The three friends that comedians that do like shows and movies and stuff together. Do you know what I'm talking about? What are the 3 comedians with what's his name that's in Pitch Perfect or whatever that Dude, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man.
Someone will know in the chat.
Someone will say, but Spit and Chicklets, dude, they have so many. I'm seeing here the Pete Davidson show they have on there now. The Breakfast Club's on Netflix now. Dude, they just went. Zach Lowe, NBA Zach Lowe is on there. Dude, Ryan Russillo, Todd McShay is on Netflix now. That was one that I saw the other day, and I was like, wait, what? Todd McShay? Michael Irvin show. Like, dude, I could just keep going. And I heard some more like going on there. Like a lot of big names are jumping on and going to Netflix. It is insane, dude. And then it's like I was shocked to see some of these names.
They're making moves, dude. They are making moves. They really are.
I know Twisted Squad Cobbler said, Booner, you got to know you're talking about. Not Impractical Jokers, guys. It's the dude who's the bro. No, who's the dude? Who are the three friends, bro? They have like
There's
a team.
I need more of a
comedy skit show where they're in like an office, and like the one dude is he does movies on his own too, and he did Pitch Perfect where he was like one of the main characters in Pitch Perfect.
Are you talking about Adam Devine?
Adam Devine. What's that? Their crew. What are they called?
I don't know the crew.
That crew, they're funny, dude. I don't know why. This is like the second time on this show in the show's history.
Are you thinking of?
They're all over Super Bowl weekend. They were like at all the Barstool events. These three, they're huge. They're like massive. Workaholics. Yes, Workaholics is massive, dude. They're huge. They're so funny. They're on there as well. They're on Netflix too. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took me
Anders Holm and Adam Devine.
Those three guys, they are so funny, Jeff. If you're not familiar with them, they're like just three friends from like high school. They grew up together like as kids, and they have Workaholics show. You probably have. I don't know if you've seen it, but I've funny.
Heard of it.
Yeah, and then now they make movies. They have like a bunch of massive movies.
They're getting everybody, dude. I mean, Netflix it really is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the future of just sports in general with that stuff. Because Netflix, they're not done. Like they're going to continue to get stuff. By the way, so like Netflix,
they're going to keep growing. That's why they're going to $50 a month.
Got UFC. That was their big chess move. They paid like $1 billion for that. So just keep.
I saw Paramount's going up too.
Yep.
Everything's going up, dude.
$2 a month. I just got a notification. So
we're gonna start paying my dude. Hey, can we at least like hey? I mean, only for us, but I would say, can we start raising how much everything is? Like, people like have to pay us a certain amount of money. You know what I mean?
No, screw those people.
But me and you, we with our business, we essentially create our own market. So I went to go say, can you pay us more hourly? I'm like, we really, yeah. But people need to get paid more.
Yeah. And Netflix. How about Netflix? How about you call us? Huh?
Yeah. Come on.
On the low. We'll work something out.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably paying these guys like $1 million a year. We'll do like 800,000. That would be cool. Huh?
Your people call our people. There's a lot to get to today, despite
do we have people?
Friday. By the way, we do have people. We have Lukas Klotz.
Yeah, Lukas Klotz.
He's the guy you call. There's a lot going on. I mean, we have the award show that we covered half of it. We didn't get the whole. You know, we didn't get MVP, which we'll talk about in a second. You have Jim Schwartz basically resigning. I mean, Jim Schwartz being like, here's my letter of resignation. See you later to the Browns, even though he's under contract for a year. You had the NFL Hall of Fame class of 2026 announced. Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig. By the way, that's a nice little class there.
That class
is
nice unbelievable.
Now, I want your thoughts on the Matthew stuff because, he won by one vote. It said he won by one vote.
He had one more first place vote. Yeah, one more first place vote, but I think he actually won by like 8 votes. So like second place votes, I think he had more or something. Because there were some people who voted for like, did you see that Justin Herbert thing?
Yeah, someone voted for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, so like I think he won by like 7 or 8 votes, but it was like one first place vote, which I don't know how much that's worth. So it might have been if that flips. Like Xavier D said, by the way, people were going at Dan Orlovsky and were like, Dan Orlovsky was the deciding vote. What? Like, Yeah, you're forgetting that there was 20 other people who voted for Matthew Stafford. Like you guys are like Dano was.
They try to recognize a conflict of interest. He was his backup,
which is stupid. Like who cares? Like
anyone. I'm gonna be honest.
That's
like
the dumbest thing of all time.
Dan Orlovsky's a quarterback. He's very good at breaking down and understanding, through the eyes of a quarterback. I would trust him to vote on the MVP award. And I'm gonna be honest. I think he got it right. It was Matthew Stafford. I think he won MVP. I think Drake May had a terrific year. He deserves to be in the race, a finalist, number 2. But like, dude, you have a guy who threw 40-something TDs, under 10 picks, almost 5,000 yards. I mean, we have to account statistics into something. Like he threw 12, 13 more passing touchdowns than Drake May. I mean, dude, he balled
15
out.
more.
Like he have to, and then they also had a win. They had a great record. Like you can't take away the record. I know the Patriots, they won more games, but it's not all about. It's about MVP, most valuable player. On top of that, you got to factor in statistics, and I think Matthew has that edge, no doubt. Like,
agreed.
Look at the division he was in, dude. Like he had to play the 49ers twice, Seahawks twice. Like he played the Seahawks twice. Like this team that's in the Super Bowl, the Patriots, all due respect, like their playoff schedule was insanely impressive, ridiculously impressive. Yep. Like, dude, the Rams had a harder schedule. Like, I don't know. I didn't get there. I don't. I think it's they got it right.
I think it was Stafford. I mean, he threw almost essentially one more touchdown per game than Drake May. Like in this 17-game season, he threw 15 more touchdowns than him. And I know you could be like, well, Drake May with rushing. Yeah, like Drake May didn't have all those rushing or touchdowns. He had like, 4 or 5, if that.
Yeah, it wasn't like Josh Allen where it was like 12.
Yeah, so it wasn't like it was a massive difference. And he threw for 500 more yards than Drake May. And I know it's like, well, the offense he's in, this and that. Like you do have to respect at some point what Matthew Stafford did. And I saw people like today, and even yesterday trying to like defend why they voted for Drake May. And I think like, okay, if you have some sort of argument, like I'm not going to sit here and be mad. It was the closest race that they've had in MVP voting in like 20 years. So like I can understand why people, might have gone or Drake May. I would have voted Matthew Stafford. I think, and the thing I don't like about it is people are like, oh, it was a pity one because he's the older and he's at the end of his career and like they want to get him. I don't think it was that at all. The guy, like I think that takes away from the season that he had, like 4,700 yards, 45 touchdowns or whatever it was, and like 8 interceptions or 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and the 8 interceptions, 3 of them came in like one game at the end of the season. So like you do have to respect the season he had. I know a lot of Lions fans, and we were texting last night in our group. Like I was going at it with Caleb and Klotz a little bit. I just don't understand. Like, and I texted in there. I just said, "Oh wow, it's interesting. Stafford is away from the Lions for 4 or 5 years and has a Super Bowl and an MVP. Like, it's funny how that works. You know what I mean? Like, and again, it's not going at the current Lions team or the organization because obviously ownership changed and obviously you got a new regime in here and everything's switched since he's left. But I think it kind of puts in perspective of the last ownership of the Lions, Jeff, and like how things were ran with Patricia and all these, all those other regimes that Matthew Stafford was a part of. I think it shows like, hey, maybe it was never Stafford, and people are gonna be like, well, he threw interceptions. He left instantly, and they put something around him, and he's been an MVP of the National Football League, and he's won a Super Bowl. Like there's at this point, he's a Hall of Famer, and guess what? He was in Los Angeles for 5 years, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer through the Los Angeles Rams, and that's on your organization. So you know what I'm saying? Like you saw, I was arguing with Klotz last night about it, and Caleb's like, I didn't like him when he was here. It's like, what do you like? He's a good football player. Lions fans just complain about, like, you know what I mean? Lions fans just want to hate something. Like they just can't. They can't have a quarterback. Even with Jared Goff will have an incredible year, and guess what? They'll be like, it's Jared Goff, and it's like, dude, okay. Like, at what point are we just going to say, hey, maybe it's something else? Maybe we can open our eyes a little bit. I don't know, but. I give all respect to Matthew Stafford. One of the best. The fact now that he has an MVP in a Super Bowl, I think it's like one of like, I can't remember 12 guys or 12 quarterbacks that have ever done it. You could argue, and I saw Stephen A. or Ryan Clark. Don't always agree with some of the things he says because he has wild takes, but I think he said Matthew Stafford's locked in as a top 10 quarterback of all time. I think when you look at statistics, the length of what he's done, Super Bowl now and MVP now, I think in what his arm actually is and the throws that he makes when you talk about his skill set, Matthew Stafford's a top 10 quarterback of all time, and there's just no question about it now. And we had him in Detroit and did nothing with him. So it's like that's not on Matthew Stafford. You cannot. In my opinion, if you hate Matthew Stafford, I can agree, or I can understand if you hate him because he asked out and you wanted him to stay. But you cannot be mad at what Matthew Stafford did in Detroit and say that it was him ever. You just cannot.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go the all-time route, he's 8th all-time in the NFL, 8th all-time in career passing yards.
Yep. He's like 6th all-time in touchdowns.
He's in the top 10 of all time in career touchdown passes. He's top 10 all-time in completions. I mean, he was the fastest quarterback to reach 60,000 passing yards, second fastest behind Drew Brees. Joined the 60,000 passing yard club, rare NFL achievement. I mean, and people want to bring up like guy's clutch, wins game-winning drives. He's been ranked high in NFL lists for different clutch stats.
Yep.
Go back and look at his fourth quarter comebacks, and he just locked it up with an MVP, Super Bowl champion. I mean, he has multiple. And this is the thing I think is ironic about people in Detroit that hate Matthew. This is what I think is so funny. He holds your franchise records for the quarterback position. It shows how bad you've been at quarterback. And you get someone who at the time you didn't necessarily know it, but now looking back, hindsight 2020, he was a Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Fame talent. And that couldn't even appease people. So think about the standard people are setting for themselves. A quarterback who's a Hall of Fame quarterback wasn't good enough for you. So what is
he in his 5 years in Los Angeles, you could argue just those 5 years were Hall of Fame worthy.
Yes. MVP,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take away his time in Detroit. What he's done in Los Angeles alone, Hall of Fame worthy. Us winning a Super Bowl and an MVP.
Like, people be like, "Oh, you guys are glazing Matthew Stafford." No, it's just being real. It's honestly just keeping it 100. Like that, he's a Hall of Famer. And people want to bring up like Lukas and Caleb, and I'll always argue with them. Even the doc is going to be held accountable for that. It's like he was the problem. But then Jared Goff gets here. Well, Jared's better. Jared's better. Jared's better. Now everyone wants a new quarterback. Guys, what are we doing?
I think you texted actually in the chat last night. You just said Lions fans just always wanting, like always going at the quarterback. Like they just never can be happy with the quarterback. Can never.
I mean, dude, it's just like, and like this is the thing I look at. Like no one questions his talent. When Stafford had a good team, he could not win here. How many times would you say Stafford had an opportunity to do that? And how many years was he in Detroit? 12 years? Something like that?
Yeah.
How many times did you see, Lions fans, Matthew Stafford get that opportunity? And I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to deny that he's had moments for sure where he has not looked great in Detroit. But the whole point isn't about that. It's about the lack of what's been around him when you talk about what he hasn't with the Rams. Great coaching, great front office. What Detroit has now. He never had that. Man, imagine like what Jared, and I'm not just trying to throw Jared under the bus. Really, this Lions team, what they get is an opportunity every year, even though if Brad or Dan messes it up, whatever. But they have a chance every year to go and try and win a Super Bowl. Matthew never had that, dude. Come on, cut the shit.
Dude, what's crazy to me?
His first opportunity when he got to the Rams and won a Super Bowl.
He was inside a real a team. Like they had a real team around him and a good coaching staff.
Great coaching.
Which it shocks me how illiterate some people are that can't actually understand that literally year one Matthew Stafford left and won a Super Bowl. And he did it with this roster that was fully around. And it's like, wait, you're still arguing that? Like, you're still arguing that?
You'll say, well, the team was stacked. That's the point. You
that's whatever. Exactly. Like, that's the point. It's like, hey, if you just did that in Detroit, like if you had a competent GM at any point in a 12-year, like at any point throughout those 12 years, or a competent coach and a competent team, you could have won a Super Bowl because he literally did it the first opportunity he had when he left Detroit. And it was like it's so crazy to me, some of the conversations I have with Lions fans who are like, will still deny it. When there's best case scenario for fans that didn't like Stafford was he just never won a Super Bowl. Worst case scenario was he won one. Worst case scenario was he won one instantly when he left, because it was like, oh, wait a second. Proof's in the pudding. It wasn't Stafford. He can win one. He literally did. Oh, he can't win MVP. He just won one. And it's like it's one of the more honestly, Jeff, it's one of the more shocking things to me that Lions fans and I'm not going to say it. It makes me think Lions fan. I'm not going to say it. I won't say it. I'm going to be nice today. It's Friday, Super Bowl Sunday this week. We're supposed to have a good week. I'm not going to get at it with Lions
Hey, what do we
fans.
always say? Well, I bring it up all the time. If you want to win a Super Bowl, you need the quarterback, no question. You need the defense, no question. You need the coaching staff, okay? You need the coaching staff. The Lions had a defense with Matthew, and Matthew didn't have sometimes not his greatest moments, but they never had a coaching staff. If you tell me Jim Caldwell or Jim Schwartz, get out of here. This was the place people came to die. And they just didn't. They weren't good enough. They just weren't. So, yeah, they had a great defense. Wish they'd have that defense now. To be honest with you.
Oh my Lord, that would have been awesome.
Dude, if we could just boop, teleport that defense to now, number two defense in the league, best defense in the league. I think they were number 2 in scoring that year. So yeah, I don't know. I'm with you on that. Well deserved to Matthew, Hall of Famer. You know, people want to still crap on the guy. Go ahead.
For him, say what you want.
Yeah. I don't know.
Say whatever you want.
You know what I saw too, by the way? I wanted to ask you about this. Jim Schwartz. I saw a tweet by some Lions account. I can't remember the name of it, so forgive me if they see this. But they were saying that Jim Schwartz should be an advisor for the Lions. If you can try and get him as an advisor, because he's taking a year off. I don't think he can do that because he's under contract. But that would be sweet.
That would be sick. It will not happen.
It would be so sick if you can try and get him to be like an advisor or something. Oh, here comes Klotz. Get out of here, Klotz.
Klotz, listen, there's moments in my life where I think Klotz is a very good ball knower. And then there are 60% of the moments, yes, more than 50%, 60% of the moments where I'm like,
hey, by the way,
Klotz might be the worst ball knower of all time.
Oh, what do you think of that quarterback take? He is in your quarterback committee. What do you think about that quarterback take?
That was the worst ever. And that almost pushes him out of the quarterback committee. It does. I hate it. I love Klotz so much. Klotz has stamped himself as a ball knower just knowing random football players' names. That's it. But when it comes to actual takes like this, he's the worst. Maybe I might be a little fired up right now. The worst.
The Derek Carr thing got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that's a terrible take. I think Klotz is trolling. There's no way.
I don't know if he's trolling. Last night, the text I can't tell over messages. I had to be in person to understand if Klotz is trolling. You know what I mean? Get me going quick, man.
You think?
And then I have to say something bad that he's not a ball knower. You know what I mean?
You got to be careful. Klotz might sue you. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of people are getting sued nowadays.
I'm not. I have no.
Yeah, Klotz might fire off a sue at you.
I was having some fun this morning while I was at work.
Now he's trolling. Stafford's a poor man.
Yeah, I was having some fun today. I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It really has. Jameson Williams, by the way, another Dave Burkett article. This guy just won't stop. He put out an article talking to Jameis Winston. And this week it's been former players for these coordinators speaking.
Wait, hold on. I'm so sorry. The Hall of Fame thing before we move on. I know we're moving on.
No, go ahead.
Boys are going to be in Canton this year. I just wanted to throw that out for people. You know what I mean? The Hall of Fame class. I'm so sorry, Jeff. I just wanted to. I looked at the prep. I was like, hold on, Hall of Fame class. We're going to be at Canton this year. The boys are.
When is that? And
I don't know. It's like August something.
Yeah.
They do it. Me, Klotz, and Jeff are going to be there, just getting content and everything. This is one of the first classes, Jeff. Real quick, that. For us, growing up watching, Luke Kuechly was one of my favorite players growing up. And I when I was a kid, I probably wasn't like Klotz or anything. I played football, but I didn't watch it because I just didn't watch it. I was always outside doing stuff. I just never sat down and watched ball. But I remember as a kid just watching Luke Kuechly through middle school and high school, just being this is the greatest football player of all time. And I don't know why I always thought that was Luke Kuechly. I thought Luke Kuechly was the Michael Jordan of football. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was. I was just this is the greatest player of all time. He'd have this nose bleeding and stuff. And I'm I want to be Luke Kuechly when I grow up. So we get to go to the Canton and we're going to be covering it. And we probably hopefully have an opportunity to speak with Luke Kuechly, Larry Fitzgerald. Drew Brees is an all-time. Klotz texted us last night and was Drew Brees is his GOAT growing up. So hopefully we get to talk to Drew Brees when we're there. Am I missing anyone? Adam Vinatieri, unbelievable.
How do you not love him?
So it's for us, it was this is one of our first classes of players that we grew up with. I think it's awesome, and we get to actually make content for the people, and we're going to be there, which is That's sick, dude. When I was like, I told you boys, I said we're going this year. Like, hopefully Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft were in it, so it'd be cool. But like, I still think the class is sick for us.
Yeah, man. It'll be okay. Lucas just chiming in.
Lucas is, I can't get a read on the kid.
Yeah, I don't know what he's up to. I don't know what Klotz is up to in there, man. All right, let's get to this Mike Kafka quote by Jameis Winston. So, you heard from we talked about the Trey McBride stuff. Who else did they speak? Jacoby Brissett, about Drew Petzing. Well, Jameis Winston spoke about Mike Kafka and just basically was, from a quarterback. I mean, this is the guy who mossed Derek Barnes, which, by the way, Derek Barnes, didn't they play the highlight at the awards? I saw this somewhere that they played the highlight when they had Derek Barnes getting cooked on one of the things. I could be wrong on that. If someone in the comments saw it. I think they did. I think they did him extremely dirty. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, but Jameis Winston, he spoke to Dave Burkett and talked about Mike Kafka, and he said some very, very interesting things for people that are already excited about Mike Kafka. He said he played the game. When you're bringing in a coach that played the game, I think he'll be able to bring back what Ben Johnson had left there, the hunger, the intentionality, and the will to win. I mean, are we kidding? He's basically saying that Mike Kafka is going to bring back the juice. And it says here, Mike Kafka's title has not yet been determined, but his role is expected to involve helping with the passing game. The Lions interviewed Kafka and 9 others for their OC job after firing Morton 2 days after the season. Jameis Winston called him, he's going to have the Ben Johnson effect.
That's what I heard. That's what it sounds like.
You know what I wonder, though? This isn't like I love Mike Kafka. I think he's going to be a great coach. I was looking up the other day how many head coaching interviews he's gotten. Why has this guy not gotten an opportunity to be a head coach?
Well, they loved him in
or something.
I think an NFL head coach, like, they get that job. It's such a prestigious job to where I get what you're saying, but he interviewed for the Giants job, and it sounded like if John Harbaugh or one of those high up guys didn't get it, that he would have been in the running for it. I think the players wanted him back.
He's a bright dude, like offensively.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Giants, he kept him at least competitive. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
Like, I think if Stefanski and Harbaugh weren't two options for the Giants, like if like they were still with the Ravens and the Browns, and this was like just an open coaching search, I think Mike Kafka could have had an opportunity at the job in New York. And I say that he interviewed for it, and he was getting a lot of backing, if I remember correctly. Like, people loved him there.
I would like to think also he's gotten at least an opportunity to be an offensive coordinator. Like, for example, the Eagles like offering him, and he said no. Like, I would like to think the Eagles tried to get him before they got him.
I would bet that maybe he said no. I think sometimes there's just people, or there's guys. I think, honestly, who's a really good example of it? I think it's with Mike Kafka, because you got to think Mike Kafka became the play caller in New York. They took it away from him, and then they gave it back at some point. And then now, obviously, he interviews for the head coaching job there, and then ends up in Detroit. But I think sometimes, in my opinion, there's just guys who are like, I just need a break from that. Like, I just need to kind of take a step back for a second, focus on this, and then move forward again, and get put in a better position. Prime example, Cliff Kingsbury. Like, Cliff Kingsbury's an OC in this league, right? Like, we know he is. Like, no one's saying he's not a bad OC. We know what he can do. He was a head coach a couple years ago. What did he just do today? Took an offensive assistant job with the Los Angeles Rams. So I think sometimes it's not that a guy's not good enough, or why hasn't he? I think it's just more so. Yeah, I think it's just more so like, hey, I don't want to say like a reset of your career, but like, hey, let's get back on track here. Like, let's get in a building with a good offense, make some magic happen, and then work my way back up again.
Yep. I mean, he went 2-5 as the interim head coach, which, by the way, doesn't look good, but they were
almost beat the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, he kept them. I think they were like middle of the pack on offense, in yards per game and rushing, even that with like what they had, which is insane. He's won a Super Bowl. I mean, the guy's creative. He's coached under Andy Reid, which we know what happens. We know what Andy Reid's about, creativity. So yeah, I think he's going to have a massive impact. I don't look at it as, with his pedigree, he's a smart offensive guy, and he's been an offensive coordinator. He's interviewed for head coaching jobs. I don't look at him as like I don't think the Lions hired him to be there. Oh yeah, Drew Petzing. We don't have a lot of confidence in Drew Petzing, so just be here in case we need you. I think they just want as much ammo in the room as possible. And I think it's also like we talked about when he first got hired. It's like a insurance in case, one of these guys do end up getting hired away. You have two guys.
Yep.
So, it's also nice from that aspect, because Dan also spoke about that at the end of the year. He was like, we keep losing our offensive coordinator. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fire John Warren, but before that, Ben Johnson leaves. Like, you get this hire right, he's probably going to leave. It's like what Nick Sirianni's going through. It's frustrating. So Dan's like, F it. We'll bring in two. We'll figure it out. So I love it. I think the offense they've been missing. Really.
Yeah. And we keep seeing too, I think like even with the Drew Petzing stuff, you keep seeing guys on like this week with Radio Row. You see a bunch of like you're getting a lot of confidence, not only just from Lions players, but also, Cardinals players obviously coming out and giving positive.
And they don't have to
feedback.
Do that.
No, they don't. And they give a lot of good positive feedback with Drew Petzing. And then you see Jameis Winston come out and give positive feedback with Mike Kafka. And I think these are two guys that are looked at very highly around the NFL, and Dan got them both, which should fire a lot of people up.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what is John Morton. I'm sure he's going to stay with the Broncos.
I would guess. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, they gave. And here's the thing: like, now
I don't know if I feel bad for him or not.
Well, I mean, I feel. I'm not ever gonna, take a victory lap or celebrate a guy loses his job. But he didn't do good enough. I mean, that's what this business is. So, like, I mean, you can't really. It's not like he could be mad at it. The point you just brought up, I think, is very interesting, because this is another thought that popped in my head like a week ago, and I didn't say it on the show, but now that we're talking about it, Mike Kafka and Drew Petzing, both of those guys, to your point, what you just said, they've gotten a lot of compliments from former players. I haven't heard, looking back, who the hell was pumping up Johnny Moe last year?
No one.
Except Sean Payton.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sean Payton.
I'm talking from
as a coach, that's your job.
Yeah, and he was under him, so he's like, well, it's his buddy. But I'm talking like players don't have to do that. Like, they just, they ask about Drew Petzing. Oh, he's a good coach. He's like, Trey McBride's like, I texted Sam Laporta, dude, you're gonna ball out. Like, he went out of his way to make sure Sam Laporta knew, like, hey man, he's a good coach, you're gonna love him. Like, they don't. No one's doing that with the Broncos when Johnny Moe left. Okay, all due respect to Johnny Moe. So, listen, people can be skeptical. I'm still skeptical. I think we have to see it, but I'm way, way, way more confident in Drew Petzing and his resume, at least the resume with his ideology. Now, maybe not the production on the field, but just the way he coaches football and the way he wants to run an offense. I like that way better than Johnny Moe. So that's where I'm at with it. Like, I think it says a lot that players back him up. And then Mike Kafka was like the icing on the cake. I love it. I love Mike. Mike Kafka
I think being skeptical about it too, though, is just like after going through what you did with John Morton, I think
it's just natural.
I think anyone you could have hired, even if it was someone good, like even the Mike McDonald thing, or
Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel. Sorry, I've got the Super Bowl in my mind right now. But even with that, I think like if that happened, people would still find a way to question it, just because you're like, hey, being a little bit more cautious. Going forward, you know what I mean? It's like you're in a relationship and someone cheats on you. The next relationship you might have a little bit of a like, I'm be a little more careful here. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm watching you. It's gonna be the same thing no matter what. Even if you have the most loyal person in the world, you're gonna be like, I'm watching you. For Mike McDaniels, it's probably the same. It would have been the same thing. People would have been like, I want to see it first. Like, yeah, you're a head coach, cool. You're a good offensive mind, cool. Want to see it. I thought that would have been a home run hire, but I still, if that would have happened, I still would have been like, "Hey, we still have to see the product."
It would have just felt a little better because at least you'd have a little bit of a resume. But it's still, at the end of the day, you'd have to see it. I get it.
Yep.
I understand that. You'd have to be like, all right, let's see this thing play out. Let's see how he does. So you are right there. So
how do you feel? By the way, someone just put in the chat, Sewell got robbed. How do you feel about your Bears guy getting
Yeah, I mean,
Protector of the year.
I stand
A
by
day
like
later.
I don't know. This sounds contradicting because I really like PFF. I do. I don't use it for everything, but I like it. It's a good source for some information. I'm not saying it's the Bible, but I like it. I don't know how Panay was the number 1 rated offensive lineman on PFF. That's the one thing.
The best in the world.
We watch parties every weekend. I didn't look and be like, that guy every week's the best offensive lineman. Like he just didn't look like himself.
I think he was just hurt throughout the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was hurt all year. That's why I was like, okay. So I say all that to say,
respect on his name, Jeff.
No. I think he would even admit like it wasn't his best year. If you told Penei Sewell, hey man, you were number 1 on PFF, were you the best O lineman in the league this year? Did you feel like you played that way? He'd be like, I think I'm the best, but I don't think I didn't think I played like the best. I think Penei thinks he's the best as he should, but there's no way. I thought Joe Thuney, I think what gave him the advantage is they had one of the best rushing offenses. And on top of that, he played 2 different positions. So I think he had that going for him. I think Penei should have been a finalist, but that's where I was at with Penei. Maybe it's not even much about Joe Thuney as it is just Penei. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't think he got robbed. I say all that to say that. So, shout out to Penei Sewell, though. Guy's a beast. He's going to have multiple awards, Protector of the Year awards. Yeah, and Christian's right, too. Like, if they didn't have Penei, Jared would be dead. He'd be in a coffin. So I'm not saying, like, Penei was the only thing you had on the offensive line that was anything worth a damn. But that doesn't mean he also, 2 things could be true. Didn't have his best year, which you agree with. But yeah, Jared would have been dead if Penei wasn't out there. I'm not saying that.
Oh, it would have been a completely different team. And it already was. You know what I mean? It would have been like, you would have been like the 32nd ranked offensive line without him.
Oh, dude, no doubt. I mean, they had Giovanni Manu for 1 game for Decker, and Jared almost died. Imagine no Penei. It's like, dude, Taylor was already getting beat. So, yeah. You can call me a
By the way, the Pistons are beating the Knicks by like 20, like running them off the floor right now.
Yeah, they're up 19.
I just tweeted out, I mean, Pistons could sweep the Knicks in the playoffs, Jeff. Sweep them. They don't want to see the Pistons. Like the Pistons are the last team they want to see in the playoffs with Stu and everyone healthy. The last team.
Starting them again. Jalen Brunson locking them up.
Hey, they do not want to see the Pistons in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I listen. I'll say this about the Pistons, dude. They just, it's so fun watching them because they play fast, they run, they just play hard. I mean, they do, and they have some talented players. I mean, it's just fun watching them, honestly. And I want to see them in the playoffs. I mean, I think last year it was a big lesson for them because you got to face a team that played in the Eastern Conference Finals, and you took them to 7.
And I think without Isaiah Stewart, one of your best, if not your best defender.
Ivey, which by the way, at the time, obviously looking back, it didn't really matter as much, but still, they didn't have multiple players. And tonight, they don't even have Jalen Duren, who's an all-star.
And they're up by 20.
They don't have their second best player. That's just a fact. Christian Howell says, boys, I'm a Lions fan in Florida. Is it time to become a Pistons fan? I'm not an NBA guy, but I do need to. Dude, right now, Christian,
I'm just the perfect time.
Friend to friend, hop on the train, dude. Because they're winning a ton of games, and it's turn it on. Even if you're not an NBA guy, it's fun watching your team win, and they're finding ways to win a lot. I mean, you'll be watching into June. I'll tell you that. Sometimes, dude, and that's the interesting thing about sports is when you're a fan of a team. Let's say you're not into a sport necessarily, but like when we were kids, the first thing, the memory me and you both have is watching this Pistons in the early 2000s, like watching them winning. Sucked us into basketball. Like literally, for me at least, I know for you as well. Like you're like, holy shit! Like this is amazing. Watching a team that's good gets you interested in a sport. It's a fact. Like, so for you, Christian, I suggest watching them, and I think you'd end up liking it because they're winning games. It's just how it goes. And they're fun. It's not like they're just winning. Like some teams just win, and it's just like a whatever game. The games are fun. They're so fun. Like they're very fun to watch.
Like their defensive games, and usually defensive games might be a little boring, but like they're getting blocks, steals, Cade Cunningham lobs to Jalen Turner. It's like a fun team to watch. It really is. They play good and fun basketball.
Yeah, they do. They're a fun team, man. They're all young guns, dude. And they didn't make they had Kevin Huerter play a couple minutes yesterday, brick 2 threes, but
yep.
It's it is what it is.
He only played 6 minutes though, so I think he's like,
yeah, he just got his feet wet. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He was just kind of like, all right.
I mean, the rotation. Look how deep they are, dude. They don't have Jalen Duren, and they're still running 10 dudes. I mean, they got a 10-man rotation. And they don't have Jalen. They don't have Jalen Duren, and they're not playing Kevin Huerter.
They did announce too, like Dennis Jenkins, that they're going to get a deal done with him for the rest of the season because today's his 50th game, I believe, with the team.
Not only the rest of the season, I give that man a 3-year.
Well,
deal.
he declined. He asked for a deal that he declined it. I don't know if you saw that. They offered him a 2-year deal and he declined it. So I'm guessing they just give him a contract for the rest of the season, and then he's entering free agency. Yeah. It's smart from him, though, because I know probably he wants to be in Detroit, but there's going to be a team that offers Dennis Jenkins a lot of money. And for him, like, go get your money, dude. He was a guy, he's been on the G League. You know what I mean? That's a journeyman, dude, that deserves money.
Get paid, bro. Get paid. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Dennis Jenkins, man, he's a fun player. I mean, he's played 10 minutes tonight, has 11 points. So he's hooping. And they still got Karras out there. I mean, their bench lineup right now, like no Duren, Kevin Huerter not playing. Sasser played a little bit yesterday, but he's not playing. They have Paul Reed, Ron Holland, Javonte Green, Karis LeVert, Dennis Jenkins. Like, and if Paul Reed was, or if Duren was here, it would be Isaiah Stewart instead of Paul Reed. But that's still like, dude, they're like 10 deep, 11 deep. Like, I want to see.
Fun.
I can't wait to the playoffs because you're going to see a team that's just like you're running out your starters, and then these playoff teams are throwing their bench in to give their starters a rest, and you're throwing in a bench unit that's better than most bench units. So it's like there's another starting lineup going out there. I mean, it's fun to watch. It really is.
So I think they could win it, man.
And Karis LeVert hasn't really done anything so far this season, but hopefully he can pick it up. I mean, he's averaged like 8 points and hasn't shot the ball necessarily very well. So hopefully he can turn into the player that he was 2 years ago. I hope. We'll see.
I don't know.
If he can give you like 12, 13 off the bench, dude, that's it. That's all he needs to do. Like be a.
You don't need him. You don't need him to go out there and get you 20. And I think he just needs to settle into a role. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes guys, especially for him, he's moved around a little bit. He's been on different teams with different roles. He just has to get a feel for his role. Once he gets that, I think he can dominate at that.
Yeah, someone just said, Jeff, don't sleep on the Cavs with Harden. Have they played? Has Harden played yet?
I don't think so, but I do think I think that is a scary team in the East. A lot of Pistons fans on Twitter were like trying to downplay that and be like, "Oh, it's not really that big of a deal." Like, and shout out our guy Pistons Talk. He tweeted out and was like, after the trade deadline, the Pistons are now the favorites to win the East, like they weren't before. Like they were the favorites before, and the Cavs were like below them. Now all of a sudden, the Cavs are tied with them as the favorite after the deadline. Like that's what needs to be shown is that the Cavs now moved up and are tied with the Pistons. Because before the Pistons were the lone favorite. Cavs are tied now. So like I think people are kind of downplaying the James Harden thing a little bit. I think that's a great move from them. I said that when it happened.
Now, did you see the CBS article saying that the Lions could sign a free agent edge? By the way,
what was that?
And I said, by the way, on brand, like who the name is. Because I'll explain why in a second. But what were you going to say?
I was going to say this whole article, they did like each team in every division in the NFL, one free agent that they put for each team to get a free agent, a prediction. I think we should go through all of them because they're all actually like very interesting. The Lions is a pretty big name.
Which, wait, by the way, I just got a notification from ESPN that President of Basketball Operations Trajan Langdon is okay, quote, doing it different by keeping mostly quiet at the deadline. What is with the Detroit GMs thinking like that? I don't know what it is. It's like if everyone wants to do it different, like let's do it our way. Let's be quiet. I don't know. It's just I find it hilarious. I just wanted to mention that, so we don't have to go into that. But shout out Trajan Langdon, man. I mean, they're a good team. It's just it's funny to me. Every GM thinks the same. It's like we're gonna do it our way and not be aggressive and just be a fun team to watch. Anyway, let's go to this article. We can go through all of them and we'll get to the NFC North, like all the divisions. So basically they pick each team in the division and they pick a free agent that team should prioritize. So they did the NFC, which we can show here. So the NFC East, you see here, Dallas Cowboys, edge, Trey Hendrickson. That would be
scary, dude.
Yeah. That'd be a hell of a signing. I mean, he'd be a good fit over there. New York Giants tight end Isaiah Likely, Eagles Tariq Woolen, Commanders Kyle Pitts. I actually don't mind this.
Kyle Pitts of the Commanders would be good because they just lost Zach Ertz too. That'd be actually a huge move for them. Eagles need a corner.
Yeah, I actually like all these moves for these teams. I do. I don't have a problem with it.
I like these ones.
The next team or the next division they have is the NFC North. And then we'll go through the other ones. Chicago Bears, edge Khalil Mack. Detroit, edge Joey Bosa.
There we go.
Green Bay Packers, Boye Mafe from the Seahawks. Minnesota Vikings, QB Kirk Cousins.
That's an interesting one.
Is he a free agent, though? Or maybe they're just talking about prioritizing him in general. Maybe trying to get him. I don't know if he's a free agent. I don't think he is. But anyway, Bears getting Khalil Mack would be a really good fit. I mean, he played there. They need pass rush help. Makes sense. Detroit Lions, edge Joey Bosa, injury-riddled, old player. Makes sense.
I'm confused. Yeah, what is this? Is this an old article? Tim put in the chat, is this from 2012? This has got to make me question this article a little bit because I don't think Kirk. This is me that put it in the prep too. I saw it on Twitter.
No, I don't think it is. Yeah, no, dude, he literally posted yesterday.
All right, shout out Jared Dubin.
Yeah, no, it was posted yesterday on CBS Sports.
That's
that
so
would be
funny.
Crazy.
Dude.
It was like 2017 or something.
We're like just doing like a 2017 article on a show.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Yeah, I mean the guys so far are all free agents. I don't know about Kirk Cousins, but I would just
Kirk one. Yeah, I could look it up real quick just to double check. Maybe he has like an out in his contract.
Because you think Stefanski wants to keep him. That's what I would assume, but I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But Joey Bosa to me would be
he has a potential out in 2026. So yeah, he has a potential out right now. They could move on from Kirk Cousins with $35 million dead cap hit. So it would save them a lot of money because how much you think? By the way, how much you think Kirk Cousins cap hit is in 2027? Let's play this game real quick. We'll be fast with this.
30 mil.
Nope.
40 mil.
Nope.
50 mil.
Nope.
60 mil.
Nope.
70 mil.
No, dude.
80 mil.
More, bro.
90 mil?
$90 million cap hit, it says on Spotrac. This is a $90.4 million cap hit, bro. They're gonna get out of his contract this offseason. There's no way they stick with that contract. If you can get out of that contract and only have $35 million in dead cap, you can do that so fast. That's so much money for Kirk Cousins. $90 million cap hit in 2 years is crazy.
Wow. What do you think about the Joey Bosa fit?
I love it. I know a lot of people are like the production wasn't there in Buffalo. I think he is one of those guys to where he doesn't need to get 15 sacks to impact the game. I think he impacts in different ways. At one point in the season, he was leading the NFL in strip sacks and forced fumbles. So he's kind of just one of those players right now to his career where, you put him in a good position on a defense where he's going to, He's going to set the edge for you, and he's going to get after the quarterback. And he's not a guy that's going to get you double-digit sacks right now. You'll probably get 6 to 8 sacks out of him. But you're going to pay him, you're not going to sit here and pay him $30 million like you probably used to have to pay a Joey Bosa. He's cheaper. He's a little bit older than he was before. And he's kind of just a good edge, a good defensive line role guy at this point of his career.
Yeah, he'll probably make anywhere from 12 to 15 million.
Yeah, which I think is the production you'll get from him is good. Across from Hutch, it'll open him up a lot.
You'd probably just sign him to a 1-year deal. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't give him more than one. I don't know. To me, maybe you do 2 years, but you just have too many guys. Again, you kind of have to prioritize here. And
yeah.
I like Joey Bosa a lot. He didn't play bad last year at all. I mean, the 5 sacks don't tell the full story. If you look at go up and look at his hurries, total pressures, even like his win rate, he had a pretty good year for the Bills. He's just, he's had some years in his career where he'll play. I mean, he's never played I think he's played a full season like once or twice. I can't remember exactly.
Did he not this year? I thought he did this last year.
He did play 15 games. So he did play actually a good amount of games this year. Last year he played 14. So the last 2 years he's actually, but the 2 prior 9, 5. He's been always banged up, and maybe in the role he's in Detroit, it'd be a better position. Maybe he wouldn't have to be an every down guy. Maybe you play him on certain downs where he can, just rush the quarterback. I don't think he's the greatest. He's a terrible run defender, but I don't think that's what he would be asked to do here. Just rush the quarterback. So I don't know. I think for the money you'd pay him, I'd want you to defend the run though. I mean, that's just my opinion. He's not that good against the run. I think he goes to San Francisco. I think that makes a ton of sense too.
Yeah, brother's there, and
yeah,
it's not a crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I think. We could keep going and looking here at the other division. So NFC South, Falcons, David Njoku for Kevin Stefanski. Panthers, Odafe Owe, Saints, Romeo Doubs, and Tampa Bay, Devin Lloyd. Yeah, actually, I mean,
good for Tampa, dude. That's a great pickup
Tampa's
for them.
Gonna have to get back in the equation here. I mean, they're gonna have to make some moves. Devin Lloyd's that could be their next foundational player, like build around the linebacker.
Yeah, I mean they won Super Bowls built on that defense around the linebackers.
Yeah, I mean it's like the next Levante David. I mean that's what you probably look at. Let's go to the next one. NFC West, Cardinals, Braden Smith. I think he's from the Colts. Rams, Jalen Watson. 49ers, edge, Joey Bosa. So there's 2 Joey Bosas. We'll see, that makes sense. There,
Kevin Zeitler. Whoa.
Kevin Zeitler.
I forgot Kevin Zeitler, man. I thought maybe he was done. I think Kevin Zeitler might retire.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Maybe not, but it felt like Kevin Zeitler went to Nashville to end his career. You know what I mean? I remember there was the whole thing with the family, like his family, or he has family from there. And
there you go. Just in case. I know the game was kind of on in the background. I don't want to.
Yeah, it probably doesn't. Yeah.
But yeah, I doubt he goes all the way to Seattle after going to Nashville to be closer to home. That doesn't make sense. If that's the case, just come to Detroit. We'll take you. Tim says, "What the WTF? How Joey going to play for 2 teams?" Well, it's just where 2 teams that are going to be
fits.
Yeah. It's the 2 teams that they think are good fits for him, I guess. Next division, AFC East. You got the Alec Pierce.
Oh yes,
Dolphins, Malik Willis,
Alec Pierce of the Bills,
Jalen Phillips of the Patriots. And then Jets.
That would be crazy. Jalen Phillips going to the Patriots, adding to that defense. Devin Lloyd, Jets. I don't think Devin Lloyd would ever sign with the New York Jets. I don't know any free agent that would willingly want to go to New York with the Jets.
Yeah, nobody should be willing to go to that franchise.
It's a tough spot to be in for that franchise right now. To be no one wants to go, man. That's Detroit was like that at one point though. So welcome to the club, but that's not what you want. It's not where you want to be.
No. That place would be Like people are like, well, Anzo's just going to go to New York. The only way Anzo's going to go to New York is if they give him that bag, because he ain't going to go to New York willingly in that disaster. To go from winning a bunch of games here in Detroit the last couple of years to go to there, you better pay me, dude. And now you have to pay the Jets tax, where it's like you suck so bad you got to pay guys more. Like the Browns go through this. Okay, you got to pay me more to go to your franchise. You guys suck so bad. It's like what the Patriots did. The Patriots paid all these guys overpay to get them to come there, and now look at they're in the Super Bowl. But they pay these like Milton Williams, bro. He's making Lee McNeil money, and Milton Williams is a good player, but like they paid the guys bags. They gave everybody bags.
They spent a lot of money this last offseason. The Patriots did.
Yeah, Miami Dolphins. Go ahead and sign Malik Willis, bro. Your franchise is a joke. Go ahead and do it.
Oh, dude.
Alec Pierce with the Bills.
Sad.
It's fine.
It's a great
They need
move.
a number one. They need a number one wide receiver.
Yeah, you draft one this in the first round this year, which they drafted one last year in the first, or 2 years ago in the first with Keon Coleman, and that didn't work out well.
And they talk about him like he's not there, and he's there.
I mean, dude, he was a healthy scratch multiple games. Coach's decision, multiple games this year. That's crazy. Is there any big ones here? There's nothing really crazy on this one.
No, there's nothing. Let me see. AFC South. Colts getting Trey. Let's see. Is there anything else it's interesting? Oh, here we go. Denver Broncos, Nakobe Dean. Chiefs, Breece Hall. Raiders, Rashid Shaheed. Chargers, Tyler Linderbaum.
To the Chargers. Don't they have a center or no?
Corey Lindsey, I think, but he's an older guy. He's like solid. I think his name's Corey Lindsey.
Tyler Linderbaum to the Chargers. It's a move. It's a move if I've ever seen one. That offensive line, when healthy, would be the best offensive line in the NFL. Healthy? I know they have to stay healthy, but that's if they add Tyler Linderbaum, that's a scary offensive line, man. Justin Herbert with Mike McDaniel now, like woof. Yeah, they have Bradley Bozeman. That's their center.
Easy to spend all that money when you got a rookie quarterback. Bradley Bozeman,
former. I think he's a former Raven, actually. Bradley Bozeman. Could be wrong.
I know. I think Bradley Bozeman was with the Rams.
It shows here he's on the Chargers.
Oh no, Ravens. Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
They obviously have Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt, Mekhi Becton, Bradley Bozeman. Add him. Whew.
Yeah, Bradley Bozeman. Oh, he was butt cheeks this year, eh?
Yeah, I think he was a Raven. I remember. It sounds familiar.
He was really bad this year. For them, damn. Yeah, we'll see with Tyler Lindenbaum. I don't think he leaves, but could be wrong there. And then that was it. Joey Bosa, welcome to Detroit for $15 million just to rush the passer. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good.
You're out?
Yeah.
If he signed tomorrow, you'd be mad. You'd throw your computer.
I will price point. Tell me a price point.
10 mil.
Does that take away from getting a center?
No. Why would it?
I mean, they're okay. If you can guarantee the offensive line's fixed and you spend 10 mil on a 1-year deal for Joey Bosa, I'm good. I'm cool with that. Because then you'll draft an edge and then you have Joey Bosa at whoever edge, Aiden Hutchinson. That's fine. That's fine. By the way, someone said Max Crosby. Did you see what Max said on Cow and Cowherd?
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think Max, this is what NFL players, this is PR 101. I mean, Max has gotten good at PR.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're Max, all you really have to do is just be like, I just don't want to be a part of another rebuild. Like, don't say anything more. Just be like, I just don't want to be a part of a rebuild.
I don't think Max wants to come out and say it. I think behind
it's all
scenes,
news to me.
I'm not going to say he was lying, but I think obviously, like, I think this is one of those things where it gets out and like, dude, let's just call a spade a spade. Like when Shefty put stuff out, when even like Jordan Schultz, what's his name? That why am I drawing a blank on who put this information out? Who was it? Jay Glazer. When Jay Glazer puts like these are some of the best in the business, man. Like Jay Glazer is one of the best to do it, right? He's been in the game all along.
Those two are close.
he's been in the game a long time. Jay Glazer isn't just going to say a lie. Like, he's not going to come out and say something. Like, to me, I watched this video of Max. This is just Max. Like, obviously, it gained more traction probably than Max wanted it to, and they wanted it to. And this is just Max essentially just kind of PR, like trying to save it. Like, Max, to your point, Jeff, like in this video, and we'll play it in a second here, but to your point where you're like, he could just come out and be like, I don't want to be a part of another rebuild. He also could come out and be like, I'm 100% bought in with the Las Vegas Raiders in this next rebuild and this next coach. But he didn't. Like, he's done that in the past. He's come out and said, I'm a Raider for life. I want to be here. He didn't do that in this interview. Like him being like, it's news to me. Like, I don't think it is. I think, yeah, it's news to him that it got out, but like, obviously this is something that is circled around. Like, I don't see Jay Glazer going out there saying these things and it not being true. Do you know what do you see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see a world. Like, Jay Glazer's not a guy that's known for going out there and lying. Like, he's really good at his job. And Max didn't essentially deny, or he didn't kind of even say he was all in on the Raiders.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Again,
right.
He's done it in the past.
Like, listen, I trust the reporter. I mean, I trust Doc, despite, we talked to him the other day, but I trust Doc. So I'm not. This to me is to what you're saying. I think this is probably more Max, because he could have. I know I just brought up. He could have been like, well, I don't want to be a part of a rebuild. He also could have said, to your point, I'm a Raider for life. Like,
which, again, I think the key thing to all this is in past rebuilds, Max has done that. When these reports have come out and things have happened, Max Crosby comes out and he has let it be known. He makes a post with him at the Raiders. He goes on TV and says, I'm a Raider for life. I'm all bought in on this team. He didn't do it, and he had a very good opportunity to do that today. And he was very cautious on doing it. That did not. We can play the video. Can we not play the video?
I'm just gonna play it, and if we have to cut it out,
just keep us on the side so we're in it. Just don't go full screen.
Shout out Colin. These people are on this shit. But here's he just asked the question. I'm just gonna play as least amount as I can. But here's his response. He basically said, "You're in the news. What's going on with the Raiders stuff?" Here's his response.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm glad you brought it up because it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. For me, in the past, I've learned being too vocal and too involved with trying to make I want this coach or I want this. Like, I've learned my lessons and I've learned from that. And like, that's not my job. My job is to be the best player I can possibly be that guy in the locker room every single day, the leader. That's who I am to my court. That's all I care about is being the best version of myself in that locker room and on the field on Sundays and in practice and doing all those in the weight room, leading from the front, not talking and, not leading every day. I do it every single day. So that's what my importance is. And nowadays, especially like this past year and a half, like, I'm not talking about stuff like that because that's not my job. And I've been advised, hey, Max, I think it'd be best. Some of the best mentors in my life, Max, I know you care a lot. You're obsessive about it. You want to win no matter what. Like, but you can't control everything. And I've learned that. So now that I be quiet, now that I'm quiet, now I got random people making big statements for me. And they're like, oh, Max must have told him this and this guy. For me, I just sit back and laugh because I know my truth. And when I go to bed at night, I have a smile on my face because I don't have to explain nothing to nobody. I've said it over and over again. I'm getting healthy. I'm in the building every single day. If I'm in this building before 6 a.m. and it's dark out, and I am in here until almost 2 o'clock, almost 8 hours, I'm putting in straight work, rehabbing, lifting, getting prepared for next season. Like, that's all that I care about. So all the noise, it's news to me sometimes. I got up yesterday, I looked at my phone, or 2 days ago, I looked at my phone, and all of a sudden now I got a bunch of PR people talking about what they, what Max is doing. And it's like, I just laugh because if I address it, then someone's going to pick apart what I say there. So it's a lose-lose. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm getting healthy. I'm going to be the best version of myself upcoming this year. And I'm going to put myself in the best position to do that. And that's by taking care of myself and being the best version of myself on a daily basis. My family's good. My wife is doing incredible. My baby girl's 3. She's running the house. Life is incredible. So I just try not to, address certain things because no matter what, someone's going to, pick it apart and make it some way. So I'll let people do their talking. All I'm about is my actions. And my actions, everyone knows what my actions are. I do the same thing every single day, and I'm going to be the hardest worker on the planet every single time. So that's all I care about.
Oh, my
I'm telling you, Jeff, I don't want to. I know you said a lot of people are going to, when I make a statement, people are going to pick it apart. That's obviously our job. I don't want to be like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm picking it apart now. Like, no, we are. He didn't mention or say the Raiders one time. Like, Colin Cowherd asked him in regards to the rumors about the Raiders and this stuff coming out, and he's like, I'm happy you asked me this. And then he doesn't say the Raiders or anything about the organization once.
He just says the information that has gotten out that he's like,
yes, and which with Max Crosby, he's been a guy all over the Raiders organization that every time he talks about this conversation, it comes up over the last few years. He brings, and again, we're breaking this thing down like he just said people are going to do. We're doing that. I know it, but I think it's a fact where he's like, I'm just doing me. I'm getting ready for the season. Like, I'm going to make sure I'm good to go. And if he truly, like, if that wasn't true and he hasn't had conversations about wanting out, I think he would have straight up said in that, like, instead of deflecting it and kind of moving on and being like, oh, I'm happy, I'm hearing all these, he would have been like, I want to be here in Las Vegas. I'm here working. I'm with the organization. I don't know. I didn't get that feeling this time from him. And we've been covering this Max Crosby stuff, obviously in Detroit for 2 years now, because there's been rumors of him in Detroit for 2 years. This feels like that. This is a completely different tone, in my opinion, of Max Crosby when it comes to this Raiders organization.
Yeah.
Which makes me think it's true.
Yeah. There's just, I don't see Max, personal opinion. Okay. Clearly we don't know him. I just don't see him wanting to be a part of a rebuild again. So based on that, I think if they're going to go in the direction, okay, they draft a rookie quarterback, they have a rookie head coach. The NFL, it depends what kind of offseason they do have, I guess, because we've seen teams like the Bears turn it around in 1 year. And that's what the NFL is. The Patriots did that. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be in a rebuild. I mean, it depends what they want to do this offseason. But if they want to go in that rebuild approach where it's like, hey, we're going to get young, we're going to take our time here, then yeah, I don't see Max like playing football for the Raiders. I just don't know. The question is, will the Lions acquire him? Which that's the whole nother conversation. It's not that he'll want to come to Detroit like the Doc reported. It's will the Lions do it? Like Doc said when he came on, low chance. I don't see that happening. But I mean, 20 teams called Jay Glazer. Dude, this guy would be, if Max was like, I want out. I mean, my goodness. I mean, 70% of the league would call.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be like, hey, what's it going to cost? Teams that, have the money and they can afford to take on the contract. And they have the assets on top of that. So, yeah, we'll see. I thought it was interesting. Max just seems like he's unfazed by all of it. So, it is what it is. It would feed families, but I don't think it's going to happen. We can get to our Super Bowl conversation because we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We'll give out our picks later, official pick score and all that stuff. We'll talk about the Super Bowl. We'll get into our prop bets as well. We'll get through our over-unders and no Caleb
Super
today.
Bowl talk.
Yeah, we'll finally we haven't talked Super Bowl all week. So
I'm pumped up.
Now, the Seahawks are favorites. They're still favorites. Nick Amanawari is going to play. I know he sprained his ankle, I think, or rolled his ankle or something. He was on the injury report. He's official. He's going to play. He's off the injury report. So when you look at it from the Seahawks side, if you have Sam Darnold and he's going to be a Super Bowl champion, how are they going to win the Super Bowl? What are the keys to victory? And we'll answer those questions when we get back from break. First, got to hear
Greatest ever do it, man.
We'll see it in a minute.
I've
interrupted the show to tell you about our friends over at Sleeper and specifically Sleeper Picks. And I have my picks for the Super Bowl, which is on Sunday. Seahawks, Patriots, squaring off. And I have 4 picks for you guys that you guys can tail on Sleeper, or you can go with your own. But the ones I'm going with more on Stephon Diggs' receiving yards, most experienced wide receiver they have, and he's the best. And I think that Drake May is going to lean on him in a massive game. Travion Henderson more on his rushing yards. It's a player that's been electric this year, the rookie out of Ohio State. Give me more on his rushing yards, more on Sam Darnold's rushing yards. 6.5. That's one scramble. or 2. But I like Sam Darnold to at least try and scramble in this game. It's the biggest game of the year. You have to. JSN, I'm going to go less on his 94.5 receiving yards. It's a risky play, but I think New England's corners are just too good for him to go out and have 100-plus yards. So I'm going to go less than. I think he has a pretty good game, but I don't think he has a game like he had against the Los Angeles Rams. So those are my picks. You could tail them or choose your own. Sleeper, proud partner of Crunch Time Sports. Now let's get back to it. How do the Seahawks do it, Boone? Sam Darnold, they're holding the trophy. How do they do it? Because I'll tell you what. Sam Darnold's coming off a massive game in the NFC Championship game where he played very well. I think it's very possible he puts together back-to-back games. But I think the best way for the Seahawks to come out on top here is going to be how they've won games all year. And it's going to be through that defense. And I know Matthews kind of shredded him at times, but the difference is the Rams have 2 receivers that are impossible to cover in man coverage, like 2 guys that can just get open. I don't think the Patriots have that necessarily. I think the Seahawks are going to have more success, at least from a coverage perspective. I think they're going to make it really difficult on Drake May. So if you're going to have the Seahawks even in control of this game for part of it and for its entirety, like that defense has to be flying around. Because I'll tell you what, you got Devon Witherspoon, they got Kobe over there. Not to be confused with Kobe Bryant, but the other Kobe Bryant with a C. And then they have the safety from New York they signed. We were talking about him they signed him for cheap. They just gave him an extension. So they have a bunch of good secondary players. Nick Amonowori is a rookie. He was a finalist for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Like I think that secondary is they're going to cause a lot of issues. And I think if the Seahawks come out with a victory, it's going to be on that defense. And I think specifically on that secondary. I think they're going to make a lot of plays on Sunday. They've been doing it all year, flying around. And I think it's going to be the exact same thing on Sunday if they come out with a win.
Yeah, I think that's how the only way. I mean, the Seahawks, obviously, their offense, they make some, they cause some havoc. The Seahawks offense with Sam Darnold, like they have some dudes, right? Like Kenneth Walker. I think it's going to hurt them that they don't have Zach Charbonnet. But that front 7 for the Seahawks, like Leonard Williams up there and Ernest Jones. Who was that you said?
DeMarcus Lawrence, Byron Murphy, like they have some dudes up front. And I think the Patriots all line hasn't been the best in this postseason. Yeah, and I know like it's hard to say because at the end of the day they've gone up against the Broncos. They just beat the Broncos. I know it was a snow game. And they beat the Texans up front. And you know what I mean? A lot of people thought the Texans were going to win just because of that matchup. I think it comes down to that D line and that Patriots O line. Like if the Seahawks want to win, like can that front 7 cause havoc on Drake May? Because I think if you give Drake May time, he's gonna hurt you. And also too, I think one of the big things in this game, and you're gonna see it when we're gonna do prop bets here in a minute. I have some fun prop bets, Jeff. I have a list of prop bets. I love Super Bowl prop bets, so I have a good amount of normal prop bets, and I have some fun ones that I really enjoy. Did you bring any? Did you get any? Well, I didn't know what you had, but if we need extra, I'll just read off some that we didn't say.
Well, I want to know what you think because like with the props when we do that because I'm interested to see if we line up. I want to see people's too when we do it because I think the Super Bowl prop bets is one of the most interesting markets in the world when you talk about sports betting. It's incredible. But I think like when you look at it though, like the one thing I think is going to happen in this game, and I think this is going to be something that a lot of people aren't going to. I think a lot of the public is going to think that the Seahawks front 7 and that D line is going to dominate in the run game. I think it might end up being opposite. I think this Patriots O line is going to find a way in the run game to open things up. And I'm not just saying just Ramondre Stevenson. I'm also thinking like a Travion Henderson. I think that's going to be something that hurts the Seahawks team. I know it's crazy to think, but that's the way the Patriots have won games this year. Is a guy like Travion Henderson breaking off for a couple, Ramondre Stevenson breaking off for a couple. You know what I'm saying, Jeff? Like that's been a key for them to win offensively. I know they have Drake May as second runner-up for MVP, but their run game has been something that's helped them out all season long. And I think that's something like if the Seahawks truly want to win this game, if you have to slow down those 2 guys. You cannot, like Ramondre Stevenson, a lot of people with the offense in the postseason, go look at what he's done the last like 4 or 5 games for the Patriots. He's been incredible. And that's been something that defenses, even good defenses, that you're like, oh, they're going to be good. Like the Patriots won't do anything on them. Oh, Ramondre Stevenson gets 100 all-purpose yards on them. And you're like, how did that happen? And they figure it out. I think like if the Seahawks want to win, I think defensively, I think everyone's right. They're going to win this game based off of their defense. Like that's what it's Mike McDonald defense, right? He's one of the best in the game right now with defensive minds. But the way you tear that apart is you run the ball on them, man. And they did it with the Broncos, they did it with the Texans, and they did it all year versus the Bills and some of the best teams in the AFC. So I think that's going to be one of the biggest keys of this game is if they could stop the run, if they could stop those 2 running backs for the Patriots, they win. Point blank.
Yeah, Drake May's look at the run he's had in the playoffs, dude. He's faced the Chargers, he's faced the Texans, he's faced the Broncos, and now he's going to face the Seahawks. I mean, look at all the defenses he's faced, and he's won. He's 3-0 against the other teams, and I mean, it's hard to imagine he beats the Seahawks as well. I mean, that would be one of the best as a second-year quarterback to face those defense. I know he hasn't balled out like the Broncos game was a snowstorm, but still finding ways to win, like. And I know that the Texans game had a couple fumbles, but that would be insane if the Patriots find a way to win this. And then obviously the whole Mike Vrabel thing, after last year, first year as a head coach, you win a ring is ridiculous. But yeah, I'm with you. I just think that defense is too good. I just think they're going to make things very difficult. And the thing that the Patriots don't really have right now, or they don't have at all. You could argue they do, but I just don't think so, in my opinion, is like a true number 1 receiver. Like Stephon Diggs is that, but he hasn't really been that. They've kind of spread the ball around. They use their tight ends. Like Hunter Henry's been really good for them, but they don't have like clearly not like a JSN, but like that type of player where like this player is going to go off. I think Stephon Diggs has a good game, but I think what will help Drake May in the future is just continuing to get him more guys that can just win one-on-ones. I mean, the Seahawks have JSN, but they also have Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed. Like they have kind of different style of guys and all really good players. The Patriots have Travion Henderson, Hunter Henry, Stephon Diggs. Who's the
Don't disrespect my GOAT.
Oh, who's your GOAT?
Don't disrespect. You know who my GOAT is. Don't disrespect my GOAT.
Matt Collins?
Yeah. Put some respect on his name, man.
Yeah, Matt Collins. But
wanted him to be a Detroit Lion a couple years ago. It just didn't work out.
Walks in barefoot to the game.
Yeah, he's a dog. Yeah, I'll say this. I don't know when we're going to do
that's going to end up hurting him in this game for sure, I think.
Barefoot?
No.
I was like, bro, what?
No, the fact that you have a guy like that.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and Jeff, I don't know. I know we have like 30 minutes left of the show, so we got a lot to talk about. So we got props, all this. I'm going to go out on a limb here because I heard you just say, I'm with you, Booner. I'm going to take the Seahawks. I've been on the Seahawks all season long, Jeff. I've battled versus the Seattle Seahawks, and you've told me Sam Darnold's not going to get it done. He's going to be the issue. And I said this defense is going to win him a championship. And I probably, I don't know, when did we start this argument? Week 2, week 3, this got brought up, and I was battling, and I was on the Seahawks side the whole time. I think the New England Patriots win the Super Bowl, and they win the football game. I think a lot of the time, I think right now the public is on the Seahawks, and I think everyone's saying, "Hey, this defense is incredible. This is the best defense. They're gonna dominate Drake May in this offense." I'll tell you what. On one side of the ball, you talk about Mike McDonald, and you talk about that defense. Incredible, good defense. Love them. Yes. But I think people forget about what this New England Patriots defense has done this postseason and what Mike Vrabel has done. And I think you look at Sam Darnold, to your point, and this is why I'm shocked you're like, I'll take the Seahawks. I think with Sam Darnold, I think he's won games and he's looked good, like versus the Rams. You know, you can keep going some of the teams he's won. He has not seen a defense like the New England Patriots defense with Christian Gonzalez, with Carlton Davis, with that front seven that they have. Hopefully, Robert Spillane can be healthy. I know he has an ankle injury, but that defense ran by Mike Vrabel. I don't think the Seahawks have seen a defense at this high of a level yet. On the other side, I think Drake May and this offense, They just saw the Broncos defense, one of the best defenses, arguably up there with the Seahawks. They saw the Texans, who you said was at one point this year a better defense than the Seahawks, right? Like, they've seen back-to-back elite defenses, and they've battled and found ways to win with that, to where I don't think Sam Darnold has gone up against the corners that he's about to go up against. And I think Sam Darnold in a big game, and Jeff, you know this. I've stuck up for Sam Darnold in the Seahawks
this
team
is an interesting turn.
all year. The Super Bowl is a different monster, man. It is a different.
Are you hedging your bets?
No, I'm not at all.
What are you going to say if the Seahawks win now?
Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'll let the people speak for that. The people can be like, "Hey, Booner has been on the Seahawks all year." I don't care. That can happen. This is just my thought process. Is a different monster, and I think the Patriots have a lot of guys, and the leader of that team, Mike Vrabel, who has been there and done that. Like, he played in the Super Bowl multiple times. He's won multiple. And I think, like you're talking about, like, people could say, well, Sam Darnold's a vet, Drake May's not. Like, no, these are two rookies in the Super Bowl, essentially. Like, these are two guys in big games. And you've talked about Sam Darnold in big games. Like, I think Sam Darnold goes out there and throws a couple picks. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Carlton Davis gets one. Christian Gonzalez gets one. I would not be shocked. And I think that's what's going to happen is I think the Seahawks might turn the ball over. And I think JSN is great, but you saw the schematical errors with the Rams secondary versus JSN. I don't think those errors happen with the Mike Vrabel defense and the corners and the safeties that they have. I don't, especially not in the Super Bowl. Like, JSN just standing wide open versus the Rams because their secondary is a little incompetent. That doesn't happen versus the Patriots. You see what I'm saying, Jeff? Like, that it just doesn't happen. And I think when a push comes to shove, I think the Patriots are going to be able to run the ball a little bit and get a little, like you saw what the Rams were able to do offensively on the Seahawks defense. The Seahawks defense isn't untouchable. But what the Rams did to the Seahawks defense, no one's done that to the Patriots defense recently. No one. So I think my bad. I'm sorry. I just think the Patriots offense has a little bit of a script of how to attack the Seahawks defense via Los Angeles Rams.
I just don't think they have the playmakers to do it.
I think they do. Listen, they haven't. They've been successful offensively all year long without a clear number one receiver. Like, Stephon Diggs has stepped up in big moments. Matt Collins has. Booty or Butte or however you say his name, he's stepped up. They have the weapons to do it. Ramondre Stevenson has been really good in the pass game this year. I don't know, dude. There's just something with me over the last couple of days, and I actually talked to you about this last weekend. Like, I've been on the Seahawks all the way up until probably yesterday.
Well,
and then I switched.
The Patriots have faced really good defenses in the playoffs, but they're going to face another one. And so far, they've only averaged 18 points per game.
That's fine.
In the playoffs. But on top of that, you know how many turnovers Drake May has had in the playoffs? And then he's faced really good defenses, but you don't think, like, he's facing another defense that's really good. He's had, I think he's fumbled the ball 6 times. He hasn't lost all of those, but he's fumbled the ball 6 times, and he's thrown 2 picks in the postseason. And they've only averaged 18 points a game. I just think it's going to come down. In my opinion, the reason why I like the Seahawks is not because of Darnold. It's because I don't think he has to do as much to win. I think Drake May has to, and I don't think he has the playmakers and to take this defense down unless he goes Superman mode, which is possible. And Sam Darnold hasn't thrown it. I mean, he only played the Rams game. He hasn't had a turnover. The last 2 games they've played, he hasn't had a turnover. So he's about due. But like you told me, even if he turns the ball over, I think they're still going to be in this game, and I just think they're just the more talented team. I like the Patriots. I don't think they'll get blown out, but
I picked the NFC Championship game because I said it was going to be a defensive game, and I said with the front 7 that the Rams had in the front 7 that the Seahawks had, I essentially was like, who has the better offense? And I went with the Rams because their offense is obviously better. And it bit me in the back, dude. Like, it did. And it was just like, well, at the end of the day, this Super Bowl is going to be a 1-possession game. Who do I trust winning in a 1-possession game? I think I trust the Patriots more. Like, they've won all year in 1-possession games. And
I just think the Seahawks have been, at least I know the postseason, the Patriots have been, but throughout the entire regular season, battle tested more. in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, because I
don't even think it's like either team has been like the most battle tested.
Look at both teams' strength of schedule in the regular season. Like, the Seahawks or the Patriots blowing out teams, and the offense looking
they played the 49ers twice. They went 1-1 in the regular season versus the 49ers. The week 18 they beat them 13-3. The next best team that they played, Pittsburgh, no. New Orleans, no. Arizona, no. Tampa, kind of, but they lost to Tampa. Jacksonville, they beat Jacksonville week 6 by a touchdown. Beat Houston, that's a good win by a touchdown. Arizona again, Washington, Rams.
Now
then
go
they
look
lose.
at the Patriots schedule.
Yeah, but like even I keep going here with the schedule. Like the rest of their schedule, they just play a bunch of scrubs as well. And the Patriots won too. I'm not arguing the Patriots schedule is good. I'm just saying I don't think the Seahawks schedule outside of the divisional games, the 49ers and the Rams, is like a world beater either. I think both teams had decent schedules this year. I'm not saying either team's bad. I think they're in the Super Bowl for a reason. I
agree with
one
that.
possession game, dude. Some reason there's something with me, man, that trusts the Patriots more. And it feels like, dude, we've seen this a million times with the Patriots. I know they had Tom Brady, but I just see Sam Darnold, game-winning drive, interception, game over. That's how I
thought
see
that
this.
same thing against the Rams. I thought one possession game, I'm taking the better quarterback. Sounds like that's what you're doing. And I was wrong because
to your point, you're saying Sam Darnold in this moment is the better quarterback.
No, I said I did that against the Rams.
Less interceptions.
I did that for the Rams, and I was wrong.
So did I.
Yeah, so
that's why I'm going away from it. I mean, you could say Drake May, but like, who's been the better quarterback in the postseason? Probably Sam Darnold. Like your point, he hasn't had turnover. I think Drake May is the one in this moment. Like I could see Sam Darnold, Jeff. Final possession, throwing a shot down the field. It gets picked off. Game's over. Like that's how I envision this game happening. I feel like it's going to be like a 21-17 game and Seahawks going down at the end or 24-21. Seahawks are going down because we thought that Rams game was going to be low scoring and the Seahawks were going to win. It was a shootout.
And you think in those moments
I just think the Patriots are going to be able to stop the Seahawks deep or offense more than the Rams were. The Rams didn't have a secondary. The Patriots have one of the best secondaries in the NFL right now. I don't think JSN's going to go for 100 yards. Like I think JSN's going to have like 7 catches for 60 yards.
I don't either, but
I think it's going to kill them.
That to me is negated by the Patriots don't have Puka and Devontae. So it's like, they'll score less. But
I think if you take JSN out, dude, you take JSN out of this game.
They threw a touchdown like in one play to Puka Nacua downfield. Like they just have guys that can make plays. I think Devontae had like 90 yards in that game. Like they don't have that guy, dude. They just don't. They don't have that.
But like, I don't know, dude. I just can't. Like the problem I run into, and this is the problem I keep running into, is like I keep getting hit with the fact of I feel like with the corners that the Patriots have, they take JSN out of this game a little bit, right? Like I think they do. I think he gets a lot of catches, not a lot of yards. Without Zach Charbonnet, you rely on Kenneth Walker. You just have one back. The Patriots take Kenneth Walker out of the game as well, which they're like the 5th best running defense in the NFL. You take JSN and Kenneth Walker out of this game. How do the Seahawks score? Like, I think that defense. I think the Patriots defense wins them a Super Bowl. And then on the other side, you have like the Patriots have like again they don't have a number one. They have a just lineup of really good role players who can catch the ball, and they actually have 2 running backs that they can rotate.
You don't think the Seahawks are going to take them out the game? Those really
they can't take. I just don't think they could take both out. To where I think like if the Seahawks had Zach Charbonnet, as crazy as it sounds, I think they have I would almost take them because they have that rotation where like Kenneth Walker is going to get tired, man. Like you're going up against a tough defensive front that you haven't had to go up against in the playoffs yet. Like JSN was getting open like with ease all postseason. Like that, he's going to struggle to get open. They're going to take K9 out, and usually when K9 gets taken out, who steps up for them all season long? Who was the guy that stepped up?
Goal line back, Zach Charbonnet.
It was Zach Charbonnet, and I think at some point, like K9's going to get worn out in this game, in my opinion. And I don't think like you could take Ramondre Stevenson out. You throw Trayvon Henderson in there. He's healthy. He's good. Like he's not tired, Boom, boom, boom. Give Stevenson some air. Boom. Then you throw Ramondre back.
By the way, I have a prop I want to give that ties to your narrative if you want to place it.
What is it? I have about 10 props over here.
Let me just say mine because we'll go through yours because it just ties to what you just said. You can bet on FanDuel for an interception to be thrown with under a minute to go in the fourth quarter. It's plus 650.
Keep note of that because we will take that. We should take that. We should take that.
Wild. Interception thrown with under a minute. That's wild.
I love that, actually. I think we should take that. I might have like 10 props on this game on Sunday. I might have like 10 different props. I hope the boys maybe like ride some of them with me.
There's also, you can do Seattle to throw an interception from the opponent's 1 yard line.
Yeah.
That's plus 10,000. That is great. I might as well throw a buck on that, dude.
Yeah. like, $1 to win at 10,000.
Like, dude, like, I mean,
all right.
it'd be a buck to win $100. I mean, that's.
I've got 2 touchdown. I've got touchdown scores.
Okay.
3 touchdown scores, actually. I'm going to add one on because there's one that I like. And then I have some actual props for the game, Jeff. And then I have a couple fun ones, like heads or tails, those types of ones, which we should on Sunday when we're on stream. Like those are, we live bet. Like we should bet on some of those heads, tails. Like, you know what I mean? That'll be a little fun. Yeah. A couple bucks on each one. Which one? Let's do touchdowns first. Alluding obviously to the fact that I think I'm taking the Patriots plus 188 money line. I'm going to bet that. I'm going to take that money line. I'm going to take a touchdown score, Travion Henderson at plus 480. I think there's a chance Travion breaks one out in this where he gets 7 or 8 carries and big game Travion Henderson. We've seen it at Ohio State. And he just goes off for like a 60-yard touchdown run. So I think Travion Henderson plus 480. And then this, Jeff, tell me if I'm wrong on this. I'm gonna bet each tight end to score a touchdown. AJ Barner plus 240 on its own, and Hunter Henry plus 250. I believe the Seahawks actually give up like top 5 most touchdowns to tight ends in the entire NFL. And Hunter Henry obviously is like a mass. I think he has like 8 touchdowns on the year or 9 touchdowns. He's like a huge red zone target for Drake May. So I love the Hunter. I think Hunter Henry gets in the end zone. Like that's a great bet. And I think AJ Barner, he's a red zone guy for Sam Darnold.
I like it. I like the Hunter. I can't believe Travion Henderson's that low because it's Ramondre Stevenson. They think he's gonna.
Yeah, Ramondre's plus 140. So he's actually decent too. If people like that.
You know what I really like on here? Would I be psycho to do Kenneth Walker 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, he's not scoring 2 versus the Patriots. It's not happening.
He has 4 touchdowns in 2 games in the playoffs.
Who did they play?
They played the Rams and the 49ers.
Not happening. You would be psycho.
Say, if they get down there, they're giving him the rock. Another one I like on here, I like Stephon Diggs at plus 250. I think this is a game where you're going to lean on your best receiver. And I don't think he's a world beater anymore. But in these types of moments, I would go with Stephon Diggs. I think he's.
You know what? Shut up, Klotz. Klotz is taking the Pats. Klotz, are you coming on Sunday to the thing? Because I was so close to ordering a Mike Vrabel T-shirt to wear, but I didn't have enough time. Me and Klotz. I hope Klotz is at the stream on Sunday. So me and him just arm in arm. Patriots, 2 Patriots.
I hate
guys.
it. I don't even know how I got here. I don't even want to. I've been the biggest Seahawks hater. I don't even know why I'm taking the Seahawks. I just think
we've flopped spots, which I kind of.
I'm not even. I don't even like it. I really don't.
I know. That's why, dude. That's why I'm saying.
I will be ecstatic. I will be happy.
I like the Patriots on Sunday. Okay, so
see it, but
I'm going to go through before I do the fun props because I do have some fun props from people. Do you want me to just go through these normal props that I have just quick?
Yep.
So I have each team to score 2+ field goals, to kick 2+ field goals, plus 175. I feel like in Super Bowls, Jeff, I feel like especially 2 defensive teams,
Yep.
I feel like we get a lot of field goals. I wouldn't be shocked at some point if each team got at least 2 field goals. Plus 175 feels like a very, very, very good price on that. So I'm going to take that on Sunday. To fit my narrative with Travion Henderson, Jeff, I have him over 25.5 all-purpose yards. That's his line, 25.5. I feel like he gets easily 30 at least today or on Sunday. I'm taking Matt Collins to fit my narrative. I'm taking my guy. Klotz knows how much I love Matt Collins. I've been a Matt Collins guy for years. I finally get to watch the guy in the Super Bowl. I'm taking him over 24.5 yards. Drake May, 275 passing and rushing yards at plus 116. I'm taking that to fit my narrative. Sam Darnold, Jeff, to throw an interception is minus 128. I'm taking that. These are all my props are against the Seahawks. And then the last one, Jake Bobo, over a half a yard, just to get 1 yard on Sunday. It's plus 180. Jake Bobo 1 yard is plus 180. That's it. So I
love that.
I essentially have 6 props, and all of them are essentially New England Patriots props. And then my fun props, Jeff, I hope you hop on some of these with me. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Total players to have a pass attempt in the game, over 2.5. So just one other player outside of a quarterback to throw the ball, plus 160. That happens,
Good
right?
play.
It happens in every Super Bowl. Plus 160 feels like why is it so? I feel like that should be like minus
Probably
150.
have like Cooper Kupp or something throw it.
There's a prop, and I was going to bring this up to you guys because Cooper, I saw a post of him at practice throwing it. There's a prop in FanDuel. It's like plus 1,200 for Cooper Kupp to have a pass attempt. Just a pass attempt, plus 1,200. We got to take that, I feel like.
That is kind of nuts, actually. What?
Plus 1,200, dude.
Cooper Kupp to have a pass attempt?
Yeah.
What? Because of one, they saw him throw in practice.
Yeah, but it's plus 1,200. You would think if they saw
insane.
that, they would make it like plus 250.
Yeah, that's insane.
Damn.
Damn.
Non-quarterback to throw a touchdown pass, so essentially like a Cooper Kupp, that's plus 1,400. That was also next to the Cooper Kupp one. JSN, this is a fun one, Jeff. This is one, I hope maybe you hop on this one if you're on the Seahawks. JSN to have more receptions than that same day Ohio State, Michigan play. Him to have more receptions than Ohio State has 3-pointers versus Michigan. It's plus 150.
Wow. What?
Is that crazy?
Yeah,
What
that's insane.
I don't know, dude. I saw it on the app and I was like, wait a second, this is one of the craziest bets of all time.
What did they just take out their most creative bets for the Super Bowl? I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, dude, there's on DraftKings, there's one for UFC. It's like, I don't know, they like do like this person to like last this long in the ring more. I don't know. You have to go, I'll show it to you later. And then the last one I have on DK as well, you can bet the fastest player in the game, clocked in the game. I'm going to take Travion Henderson plus 750 to be the fastest player, and as well as Rashid Shaheed to be the fastest player, plus 150. Plus 750 for Travion, dude. If he gets to 20 miles per hour in the game, it's over. That's
a good bet. That's a good bet. He's the fastest dude in the game. I mean, I'm trying to think like Travion Henderson, I guess, would be the only one if he gets like a breakaway run or something.
Yeah,
but yeah, I love it.
Travion, I'm pretty sure Travion has like 2 of the top 5 fastest clock times this year. Him and Rashid Shaheed are like the 2 that you have to consider.
So the Seahawks right now are minus 225. Patriots are plus 188. The over-under is 45.5.
Give me the Patriots money line.
And what about the over 45.5?
I don't know. Probably goes under. Yeah,
I think it's under.
I would love to take the over just for the fun of it. Oh, maybe I'll go the over then if the public's on the under.
Yeah, it's the public's on the under.
I might fade the public.
What do you got, heads or tails? It's even money for each.
I want to look up Super Bowl by year coin flip. I'm interested to see because I always say
gamble responsibly. Okay.
Yeah. I always
But-
say tails never fails, but I feel like last year it was tails.
What about the other years prior? Do you see it?
Yeah, it's last year was tails and then heads before, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails, heads. It's there's no rhyme or reason, dude. It's just used at the
Last year was tails.
Yeah.
I think we're going tails.
When we get to the event on Sunday, I think all of us have to put a bet in on the coin toss.
I feel it tails, man. I got a tail. I got the feeling it's tails.
The one thing I would love to bet on is I don't know. We have to find an app that does it. I would love to bet on the national anthem. I see people every year doing like the over under on it, but I just can never find it in a sports book. I've tried to do it multiple times. I just can't. I can't figure it out.
Who do you have winning the Super Bowl? And your score prediction? Yeah, I know you have.
Yeah. Score prediction. I don't know, man. I didn't even think about the score. I'll
tell you mine. I got the Seahawks winning, obviously. I think it's a low-scoring game. I'm going to go 23-17. Seahawks win.
Okay. 23-17. What's the over-under?
45.5. So that's actually the under.
I want to see 40. You said 45.5, so 46.
Yep.
I'm gonna go.
And I'm at 40.
I'm gonna go Patriots 27. Seahawks 24.
All right. So that's you got the over there.
The over. Fade the public. Get the over, and then give me a 3-point win. Sam Darnold interception to hit the bet at the very last possession.
By the way, you have it. It's 650, which honestly, like to throw a pick in the fourth quarter with under a minute for 650
feels like
doesn't really seem like that much. Like
it just has to be a one possession game for you to have an opportunity.
But that's with you have a minute to hit that bet. It's plus 650. That means to me that it's like, yeah, Sam Darnold's going to choke this thing away.
Yeah.
Like we already know how this is going to go. Usually a bet like that, under a minute left, you throw a pick. That's got to be plus 1,000. I mean, that's got to be plus like 1,000, 2,000 or something like that. That's crazy. Rich says Seahawks win 19-17. Xavier Seahawks 31-17.
I love being against the public.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I'm against the public.
I don't like this. I don't even like the Seahawks, man. I think Darnold's I still don't believe Darnold's like that guy because he had one good game. I just think the Seahawks as a team will win this game. They're too good. But we'll see. Maybe Drake May, maybe quarterback. Who cares? He just comes and turns into Superman.
And I'll tell you what, too. I told you this on the phone the other day. Like the one thing, the reason too, I actually want the Patriots to win. I think Mike Vrabel deserves one, dude. I think he's one of the best coaches in the NFL, and I've been vocal about Mike Vrabel for years now since we've been doing this. And I thought the Titans, them letting go of Mike Vrabel, was one of the worst things of their organization's history. And I love the fact dude, he's one of the most, like, if you hate Mike Vrabel, you have something wrong with you. He's one of the best dudes in football, man. He's so fun to watch, dude. Every interview he does, like, he's just a dude that. He just loves the game. You have to respect it.
Yeah, you have to love the guy. I mean, he's just if you love Dan Campbell for everything Dan Campbell stands for, you should love Mike Vrabel. I mean, he's awesome.
Yeah.
So you have to. You just do. Yeah, Patrick says Vrabes, the defensive MCDC. Well, he's actually a better coach, from being honest. He is. He's a better coach, man. He just proved it this year. And I love Dan Campbell. But Vrabes is a better coach. And I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm an offensive coach guy, but Vrabes is just that guy, bro.
He is really is.
He really is.
Yeah, he is well, Jeff. Like, coach of the year, well deserved. He finally got a coach. I don't think he's won coach of the year before, has he?
I think he has.
Shouldn't he have won it before and he got kind of snubbed, or am I thinking of someone else?
I think he's won it before. Can you check?
I'm checking right now. Yeah, he has. 2021, actually. Two-time coach of the year.
Two-time. He's been to an NFC champ or AFC championship game. He's been to a Super Bowl. Like, he's better than Dan. Like, he is. He's been. I mean,
I'm a big Mike Vrabel fan, man.
And he did it with
Mike
Ryan
Vrabel.
Tannehill
Yeah.
in Tennessee. And now he's doing it with a second-year quarterback. And Drake May's incredible, MVP conversation and everything. But, like, that team isn't that great. Like, they're a good team. But what is going on? It's like, it's insane. It's insane. Patrick says if he wins 100%. No, I think he wins. He's better now, man, before the win.
Yeah, he's been to a Super Bowl and a conference championship game at the moment.
Dan's only been to a conference championship game, and he hasn't won a playoff game in 2 years.
Comparable too, like Dan's done it in. To be fair, actually, Dan's done it in Detroit, a place that really hasn't done it, and Vrabel actually did it in Tennessee, a place that doesn't really get done much. So
and then he went to the Patriots, who have done nothing but win, and got them back to a Super Bowl immediately.
Yeah, I think like
the expectation. It's insane.
The only argument is just more so is just the sense of like, and I think this is a fair argument. It's like the same thing with like when you argue the GMs and stuff is like the timetable. Like Vrabel has had a long time to do it, so like obviously, but like to this moment, it's not saying anything bad on Dan. Dan's only had 5 years as a head coach. Vrabel's been a head coach for what, almost 10 years now. I don't know how long has it been.
I actually don't know. It's a good question.
I mean, I could check right here. He became the head coach for the Titans in 2018, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23. He's been a head coach for 8 years in the NFL. You know what I mean? He's had 8 years in it. Dan's in year 5. So if Dan wins, it goes to a Super Bowl in the next couple of years, you can put them right there in that spot together. They've done the same.
That's fair. By the way, I'm turning this Pistons game off. If I'm Caleb and I'm at this game, I mean, you're up 30 with 5 minutes left. This is where let's
do some mailbag. I feel like we always talk through mailbag. We got some mailbag questions here.
Yeah,
Anakin said, favorite Winter Olympic sport, and what do you plan on watching? Dude, I love watching the Olympics. I enjoy watching like the skiing and the snowboarding and stuff. That stuff's sick to me.
I really don't even really. The only thing I watch like worldwide is the World
curling.
Cup.
You don't watch the Olympics?
Not really.
You're weird, dude. The Olympics is sick, dude. The whole world. I don't even watch soccer. I don't watch the World Cup because I don't even watch soccer. So
I don't either, but I love the World Cup.
Yeah, I'll watch it. The Olympics is like, dude, there's so many. You need to watch the Olympics, dude. There's so many sick sports, dude.
I watch like wrestling. I like the wrestling. They do boxing, I'm pretty sure.
I've never watched Olympic boxing or wrestling in my life. I've watched like the cool sports like curling or like ice skating or like the racing on the ice skates, like the speed skating. Yeah. Bro, that's thrilling.
And wrestling's not. Country's wrestling. It's kind of sick.
I mean, it's all right.
Dude, it's like okay.
Speed skating, in my opinion, is funner to watch than wrestling. I like wrestling too. I like UFC and stuff, but
it's just different. It's like soccer to me. I don't like watch. I'm not a big fan of soccer, but something about countries competing in it, I want to watch.
Yeah, that's literally what the Olympics is. What?
No, I know, but that's like my point with wrestling. I'll never watch wrestling, but something with like countries competing. Now I'm invested. Now I'm like, hell yeah, go America. I'm in it. Let's go USA, USA, USA. Same thing with the World Cup. I'll be locked in.
You should for the Olympics, dude. The Olympics is thrilling, dude. The Winter Olympics, especially, dude. Like the hockey for the Winter Olympics is thrilling.
Yeah, NHL players are back in the Olympics.
Yeah, it's fun. Larkin's going to be playing in it. Xavier D asked, "What is the first Super Bowl you remember watching?"
I think we got to ask this question last week. I said mine. Mine's the 2011, 2010. It was the 2010-11 season. Aaron Rodgers beats the Steelers. That was my that was the first Super Bowl I ever watched. I was like,
I remember Donovan McNabb playing in the Super Bowl. I remember exactly I think it was versus the Patriots.
So like
2005.
Yeah.
5 or 6 maybe. I just remember Donovan McNabb and I was just like, who is this dude? And then I got introduced to the Super Bowl. I went to like a Super Bowl party when I was like 8 years old. It's kind of sick. That was like the first one I visually remember.
I remember watching if it was funny. I watching the Packers beat the Steelers, but then square off, and I'm thinking to myself, should I choose one of these teams? Like I was
dude, no, that's crazy.
I almost chose a side at that point.
There's a lot of kids like these days who like live in Michigan and are like
Matthew. That was right when Matthew was drafted. Like, dude, the Lions were irrelevant. Not even like he had a good quarterback.
That's fair.
I mean, so I'm like, I don't know who to choose, but then I was like, screw it. That was good.
Some people are saying too, by the way, ski jumping. Ski jumping, dude, Jeff, I don't think you're not very cultured, dude.
Not with the Olympics, no. Not
you should
Winter Olympics, I should say. I'm not really.
Did you see the thing with Lindsey Vonn?
No.
She tore her ACL like this week. She's like one of the greatest skiers of all time.
She's playing a week later.
She's playing like, dude, she did a trial run today at the Olympics and she was like incredible. Like, dude, hold on. Let me look up Lindsey Vonn real quick. How do you spell her name? Lindsey Vonn. Yeah, there it is. Dude, it's insane. Like, bro, this stuff is so fun. By the way, Jeff, how do you not enjoy the Olympics, bro? Watch this, dude. I mean, this is sick to watch, bro.
It's that left knee that
She's got an ACL tear, bro, and she's out.
I'm stepping away to get food. Like I can't.
Oh, dude, that's so disrespectful.
Like
man.
I can't stay in front of a TV screen watching that. I just can't.
That's insane, dude. That's nuts. Because once you get to like gold medal or like actual like medal rounds, it's actually thrilling to watch. Like you're sitting there and like they have to beat this time, and you're on the edge of your seat. Like, oh, is she gonna get it? Like it's thrilling. It's like watching like in the Summer Olympics. Like, dude, swimming is actually so fun to watch, especially when like the trials and everything. But dude, the swimming, like I remember growing up watching Michael Phelps, and when you would get to like the medal races,
yeah.
But when you get to the medal races, dude, you'd see like him and Ryan Lochte, I think it was, and those guys like going at it. And as a kid, I'm like, oh, edge of my seat, like, come on, like let's go. You know what I mean? We're watching some Olympics this year. Once they get to the medal rounds and stuff, I'm gonna get you hip. I'm gonna send you the links.
I'm gonna have to get cultured. With the Olympics. Maybe. How about
2 years ago you were the same way with golf. You were like, how can you sit down and watch golf? And then now you hit me up like, oh, bro, Scott.
Yeah, but golf is, obviously.
You said the same thing 2 years ago to me about golf. We had the same convo.
It's because I enjoy it, so I'm obsessed with it now.
But once you start watching the Olympics and you understand and you enjoy it, you're going to be like, oh, I got you now. Bro.
Honestly, how about this? I'll make you a deal. I'll sit and watch whatever skiing thing you want me to watch. Is if you watch the World Cup.
Deal.
Because you'll love the World Cup. I'll do it.
Deal.
We can.
We shook on that. I already told you earlier. I watched the World Cup as well. Already.
You were like, you just said earlier, you're like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching the Women's World Cup when they went on that run.
No, I'm saying men, like women and men's, but the big one, like the massive one.
The USA is not that great at, anyways. So,
no, they're not, but it's fun to watch because that's why you root for them. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching them like a year or two ago. We were watching them.
Yeah,
I'm not like all like.
I just think the environment in those places are insane. Like
the World
fans,
Cups, I think
they're like, oh, everyone's it's nuts.
The World Cup's in the United States. The next World Cup is, by the way.
Yeah, which that'll be cool.
I've never heard you mention the World Cup once. This is new to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we just never had bring it up in conversation. It's a weird. Honestly, I think that would be something I'd say like a weird, like side interest I have. I guess is when the World Cup's on, I like turning it on. I like just checking up. I'm not like I know all the players, but I enjoy it. It's fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll say this: there was a World Cup, and maybe you got into it through Adam, but I remember. When I first signed with Woodward, my first year there, the World Cup started, or maybe it was like my second year there. The World Cup was there. I was working, doing stuff with Adam, a lot of stuff with Adam at the time, and me and him. I remember he was calling me on the Woodward show. I was live on the Woodward show. He kept calling me because me and him were taking World Cup bets. We were giving each other bets, and we were hitting on like everything. So I didn't get into it through Adam, but that was the same time I got into it.
was that time. Yeah, that was
that was the first time I actually started to like.
Because I didn't bet on it or anything at that time. But yeah, that was the last time. What was he saying? A couple of years ago? 4 years ago? Something like that?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, that was good. Hey, good show today. By the way, again, people watching Sunday, 6:30 p.m., Dog and Pony Show Brewing in Oak Park. If you want to come hang out with us in person, drink beer, eat food, watch football, come through. All right. The address, it's on our social media. It's on our YouTube. Check out the post that we just posted a couple days ago. It's all available. Dog and Pony Show Brewing in Oak Park. Come hang out. Get there early. I think about 4 or 5 o'clock we'll be there. Come hang out with us and let's have a good time, man. But until tomorrow at 9 a.m., when Caleb, Gentry, Flannel, they'll be live. We will catch you on Sunday.
See you guys. Love you guys.
Peace.
Patriots, money line.